Hello everybody and welcome to the Dark Souls 2 playthrough. My name is James, also known as Bish, and we are finally at Drangleic Castle. This is episode 15 of our playthrough now. We're really getting there now. We're just over halfway. We're really getting somewhere. We've killed four of the primal bosses, and you might think that I sound a little bit different today, and that is because I'm using a different microphone. For those of you that are interested, I'm actually using a proper music microphone. This is sort of the industry standard microphone. This is the Shure SM58. It's a lot different to my usual microphone, but I've got a bit of a different setup. I've got a mic stand, and everything seems to be feeling a lot better, a lot better. So we're going to be going through with this microphone. Hopefully it sounds good for you guys. If you've got any suggestions, if you feel like it's maybe a little bit too low or a little bit too high, then please let us know. I'm always up for a bit of criticism, and it always helps my videos out. So if you do, then thank you very much for that. Right, shall we get on with this? Let's continue on with the playthrough, and let's continue up to Drangleic Castle, where we should hopefully find Mr. Vendric himself. Right. Okay. So the thing that I do in this area is, you would think that you could just go to the door and it'd open. Oh, I forgot about that guy. These two are actually not statues. They are indeed a big, fat phony. They come alive if you get close to them. So, my idea: poison them, and just let the poison do the work. I usually sit back and just relax. This, personally, is the only way I've probably ever done this, and I'd never ever want to go back because it just works. There's one of them. Usually, when I've killed one of them, I usually take the other guy out with melee, but they're not too difficult by themselves. But the good thing is they do drop a really good halberd. Unfortunately, this time around I didn't get it, but they do drop a good halberd, so if you are looking for a good halberd, then I think it's possibly one of the best in the game. I usually try and take these guys out as quick as possible, because around the corner is going to be an ambush. I completely forgot that I didn't have any stamina. There you go, there's the ambush there. It'll be as quick as possible taking these guys out. Now, what you want to do, I've actually just done it by mistake, but these golems that are guarding the door will only allow access to anybody if they get souls, basically. So I just killed an enemy next to this guy, and the souls, instead of coming to me and giving me extra souls in the far right hand side corner, actually activated the golem and allowed the door to open. You need to do it for both of them, so kill an enemy next to both of them. That's why there's an archer on either side of the door, and the door will very nicely open for you. I really struggled on that when I first started it, because obviously it's not something that you just randomly do. These monsters do also spawn again if you haven't opened the door, so got to basically do it as quick as possible, really. That's why I try and take out the elephant men first, whatever you want to call them. Okay, so let's go and talk to this strangely placed ghost.
Who are you? And by whose permission do you stand before me? This castle is the domain of King Vendric. Is your trespass intentional? His Highness. Where has he gone? You are a guest of our castle. I am the Chancellor, Belaga. Do you seek an audience with my lord, King Vendric? Unfortunately, His Highness is absent. My lord, the King, the Queen has taken him. My lord made magnificent findings on souls, an accomplishment for the ages. He vanquished 4 great ones watched over this land since ages long, long ago. King Vendric, we must fight back, or the giants will take Drangleic. The king had a dear queen, a woman of unparalleled beauty. Long ago, the queen came to us, alone, from a faraway land. She warned our lord of the looming threat across the seas, of the giants. The king crossed the ocean and defeated the giants with the queen at his side.
So those giants that we just... actually, I don't think it is the giants that are actually just open the door for us. Those giants that are that open the door for us are actually... they're not... I don't even think they're living beings. They're sort of... They're man-made by the king himself. As sort of a mechanism almost. When they get souls, they do something of use, kind of thing. That's kind of... I think that's how I understand it anyway. The giants that we'll find later on in the game, they're a little bit more... well, let's just say they're not pushovers. They are quite difficult, so...
The king commandeered their power and created the golems. With the golems, the king created this castle to celebrate victory and to show his love, his gratitude to his queen. The queen brought peace to this land and to her king. A peace so deep, it was like the dark.
I love that quote. That quote's fantastic.
Is this some sort of a dream? Where am I? What has happened to our castle? Who are you? And by whose permission do you stand before me?
So this guy is kind of like Dory from Finding Nemo. He kind of forgets things quite quickly.
Welcome, visitor. Our guests are treated with honor. This is the way of our castle. Tell me if you should require anything.
Okay, so he allows you to learn a gesture, which is... This one's me. I love that gesture. It's great. He also allows you to buy the Flame Bridge and... I can't even say that. Lucerne, probably, I'm guessing. Both of which I've never used. I don't know. They're both just not that great. The things that it does sell of good use, though, is a Brace Knuckle Ring +1. I'm actually going to buy this because it is a good ring. This is +1 as well, so it basically slows your equipment degradation, and it's really, really powerful. It also sells some really good arrows as well. I'm going to probably buy about 200 each of these, because they are useful. And just to finish it off, I'll get a couple of repair powders as well. He actually sells unlimited repair powders, so you can always come back to him if you ever need repair powders, if you're in dire need of them. So that's really good. He also sells just some basic stuff that really isn't important, and Great Magic Barrier, which you can get elsewhere inside the game anyway, so you don't really need to.
Gone so soon. Be
Okay.
safe on your travel.
So, if we continue forward, we will come across the King's Throne Room. And there it is. So this room is actually completely and utterly useless on the first playthrough. As you can see, you've got the Queen's and the King's thrones, which is really nice. But they're both not here. We've come to to the Drangleic Castle for absolutely no reason, because they are both not here. So let's continue exploring and let's see if we can find them. Let's keep going. Now in this place, there's these guys. These guys, they're not too difficult. Just get behind them and backstab them. And when they try and get up, do a bit of damage to them, and they should be dead. They're quite difficult when they're together, So try not to pull them together, otherwise you'll have a bit more of a problem. But yeah, they're not the most difficult enemies. For some reason it didn't give me the backstab there. There we go. So that's 2 down. In this room, there is 3 guys. I tend to like to get rid of the small ones first. And if you just pull them one at a time, you shouldn't have much of a problem. Let's take these guys out. And then the last guy, let's see if I can sneak up to him this time. I did, nice, awesome. I love the way you can do that. So, this room, if you come the other way, you'd have to have dealt with those guys. This room here is actually just a big, massive trap. There's nothing in here. There's absolutely nothing in here at all. Absolutely nothing at all. And the reason why it's there is literally just to make you want to go in there and attract those three guys. Bit of a pain. This door, however, is where we've got to go and is trapped with some monsters. I like to take them out this way. You can take one guy out first because there's actually another guy around the corner here. So be very careful of that. Be very careful of that trap. Try not to go in the room straight away. I've done that so many times and it just kills you instantly. They both just gang up on you. Okay. We're actually coming up to the door for the final boss, but we can't get in there yet because we haven't got King Vendric's ring. In fact, we've actually just walked straight past it. I'll show you that in just one moment. So we light this bonfire and rest as well, so we've got our durability back on our weapon. So down here is the king's main door, and we're going to be going there later. But at the moment, we've still got to produce a symbol of the king, which is through a ring, which we haven't got yet. So we're going to continue on. I'm going to continue this way. Now this room is personally one of the worst places in the game. It's a pain. Mainly if you want to get all the treasure in this area, it becomes even harder for you. Each door can only be opened by killing these statue guys next to the door. And if you do, in each of them is a sentinel boss. They're not actually classed as bosses, they're actually side bosses, but they are still pretty powerful. And when you rest at the bonfire, they do respawn. So you'd pull more than one of them if you rest at the bonfire. Excuse me. So usually what I like to do is I leave the treasure, because the treasure it's good, and there is another NPC that we need to talk to in one of the doors. But this playthrough is not going to be a proper in-depth run through. This is really just a walkthrough to get you to the end of the game. So I'm going to be doing that for this playthrough. The door that you need to open to get to the next part of the game is this far right one here. So let's take these guys out. That's one guy down, and that door should open. Backstab this guy. Now these guys do drop, I think it's Titanite chunks, if I remember rightly. So these guys are a good place, this is a nice place to farm for Titanite chunks if you want to. However, once you get past this area, once you get past Vendric's Castle, you should be able to go back to Majula, talk to, I can't remember her name now, the lady that sells fossils, and she will basically allow you to buy infinite Titanite chunks, which is really good for late game. Now, this area, if you go inside that water, you will get your armor will degrade really quickly, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to get close to that. Now we're just gonna run through that area because it's just a big trap, and I'm just not even a bother with it. So that's where we were before. That's where we came from. We're now on the left hand side. We're going up here. This next room I find really interesting. I've always found this next room really, really interesting, and it's just really, really strange. This room is full of poison. Now, if we roll to this wall here, we're safe. If we roll to that wall there, we're pretty much safe. That time didn't really work out for me. If you want to get that, you're probably going to have to get poisoned. If I remember rightly, it was something... I don't know if it was relatively great, but I think it was good enough to get. So I think we'll actually get it, actually. Large soul of brave warrior and twinkling track. It was good enough. Yeah, that was a good enough way of doing it. I actually didn't get poisoned as well, so if you do the roll, I guess not too bad. This next room is a massive pain. There are 3 of these guys, and what I like to do is roam around this guy and hopefully get the backstab, which didn't happen this time around. Because when you're backstabbing someone, usually you're actually okay. The third guy does not get pulled unless you get really close, so you're not too bad there. I'm just going to heal here, might as well. He's just giving me the opportunity. There we go. Much better. So this guy, I'm just going to... I don't even know why I'm going to pull him, to be honest. Oh, he doesn't actually come to you. I forgot about that. Now, I think the reason why he was staying like that is because of what you're about to see in just a second. And we are playing offline mode right now, by the way. The new DLC, the 3rd DLC, has just come out, so I've just gotten a massive 1.1 gigabytes. It's not massive, but it's big enough to stop me playing for an hour and a half. So I went offline instead. It's just so much easier. Now, this painting is a painting of the Queen, King Vendric's Queen. Now, when you go close to it, it curses you. And it makes you wonder what the Queen is all about. Is she good? Is she evil? Because, well, let's face it, that's not really a nice thing to have happen to you if you go close. This is what I was waiting for. This woman she's very easy to kill. Well, I say easy to kill. Her power is really, really rubbish. She is not allowing me to attack her at all. You can do what you like. We're going to be killing you later anyway. Spoiler. Hate this. She's giving me a lot of pain today. I don't usually she gives me an opening, and a damn good one at that. But today she's just being a pain in my ass. There we go. Die. How did she not die? There we go. I've always loved finishing people off with an arrow. It's just so much more fun. So yeah, that is one of the NPCs that invades you, and we will tend to that invadee later. For now, we're just going to continue on. Forget that she even did anything. Now, up ahead is going to be a boss room. However, now I missed this first time. To fight the boss with like no SS flasks, and it was a huge pain. However, after watching YouTube videos, And if you don't know about it, this here, which is just so unbelievably stupid, it's one of the worst bonfires I've ever seen, is a bonfire for you to rest at before the boss room. So if you're having trouble with this boss, then that is the best way forward for you. I honestly, I can't get over how annoying that that bonfire is. It's just so badly placed. And here she is.
You have fought admirably on your journey, cursed undead. I am Nashandra, Queen of Drangleic. A true monarch carries the weight of their souls. The last king of this land, King Vendric, as he was called. He found the strength to rule his people, and when the undead were born, cursed, he found more strength to face them. But in the end, he never took the true throne.
So she says there that the once King Vendric. So is King Vendric, is he dead? Dun dun dun.
Visit Vendric. We have no need for two rulers.
She sounds kind of spiteful, like she has to rule almost. That's how I see it anyway. And she I don't know. To me, she seems like she's a bit of an asshole, really. You can shoot at her, and she just disappears. So it's I haven't tried that myself, but I have heard about it online. Now, this next boss isn't too difficult, but I'm still gonna get myself ready for it. Now, there is a way of fighting this boss, and you might be familiar with this boss actually. Well, at least one of them. Down there is the Dragon Rider. Now, the best way of fighting this boss is standing here where I am now. Try not to get hit, and bring this guy down. Once you've brought him down, you can bait this guy to do a couple of attacks, get round to this guy. This guy's not got much strength, not much health. Just remember, though, that, of course, you've still got to live. So just take this boss nice and quick, nice and slowly. You don't need to worry too much. Just keep your stamina up. So there we go. There's the first one down. And then the rest of this fight is literally just the normal Dragon Rider by himself. It's just the normal Dragon Rider fight, which, as we all know, is just so easy. We did this at the start. Circle around him. However, there is one thing I do like about this boss fight, is the soundtrack in the background. I love it. Come on, you're in a silly position there. Get out of there. There we go. Alright. And he's dead. And that is how easy that boss fight is. I think when I actually came to do this blindly, I did this with no SS flasks on the first try, so he really isn't that difficult. I say they, should I say. Really not that difficult at all. So yeah, we're relatively, we're most of the way through Drangleic Castle now, actually. However, we've still got a bit more to go. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. We will continue Drangleic Castle next time. We'll be fighting a couple more bosses that I must admit I'm really not looking forward to, because there is one of them that I really, really cannot stand. He's very tricky. But even so, we've got to do it to get through. So, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.